everybody, Brandon Jones here from GameTrailers.com. I'm joined by Kyle Bossman, who
loves trailers.
That's right, and Mr. Mike Huber.
Guest appearance, special guest appearance. Happy to be here.
Mike Huber, have you been on Trailer Score before?
Never.
Well, you haven't been on Trailer Score, I know that for a fact. Have you been on Let's All Go to the Trailers?
Never.
Never sat down at my desk to
No.
watch a trailer.
No.
And I couldn't think of one more appropriate than Wolfenstein: The Old Blood.
Yes.
Mike Huber and Ben Moore and I had a spitting match at our picking our best shooter of the year of 2014. Narrowly edged out by Far Cry 4, but Wolfenstein, spectacular game. Been looking to get more content from it, and we got a teaser, but now we have the launch trailer, so let's chat about it. So yeah, Huber, you just watched it right now for the first time ever.
Waiting for this moment.
Initial impressions of the trailer specifically.
First takeaway, environments. If I had one complaint about the original Wolfenstein, it was that the environments were kind of repetitive. There was a lot of sewers, a lot of alleyways. The moon itself was kind of underwhelming because, again, it was just like corridors. I like that this seems a lot more open. You're in the city. I saw him like sniping from a window at one point. Yeah, really like the environments.
The graveyard hits you hard. They show that pretty early.
And it doesn't seem like stuff that we've seen so far in the stuff that they've released. So we did get, I actually haven't kept up on Wolfenstein. I believe we just got 2 trailers. I think they had the announcement trailer, and they're using the style of the titles, which I thought was like a little obvious, using that old classic like horror movies from the 50s, you know, stretchy font. But I guess it kind of works for this. What makes me a little uneasy is that we don't talk to anybody in this trailer. We get the one guy over the radio, but the character interaction was so excellent in New Order, and I was looking forward to more of that, meeting characters, and you know, you had your like hub world that you went back to, and you really got to like live in their world, and lots of great conversations that you were privy to. Maybe it's just not something you really sell on launch day, but I get the vibe that this story is not important, that this game, the boss you are fighting, is not important, that this is not something that you need. Maybe that's why it's standalone. It's like, you do not need to play this to understand New Order, or vice versa. Is that a bad thing, Kyle Bossman? Can a game exist solely just on gameplay and guts and stabbing zombies with pipes?
It absolutely can. If it's the standalone DLC, as you said, yeah, sure, why not? Why not have fun? Why not go Blood Dragon with this, you know? Yeah, I kind of like that it doesn't portray itself to be serious. The moment it almost gets close, it says, be careful, don't kill anyone you don't have to. And immediately after that, he says, oh, what's that? Kill as many Nazis as possible? We get it. You sold the game with those 2 lines. Really good lines to pluck and great spot to put them in the trailer.
But it does seem kind of serious. I mean, you have this guy in the boat leading us in, you know, and
yeah.
he's, we're going into death. Like,
and then we wash it off immediately. Right. Yeah, which is so good.
Anytime you're dealing with Nazis, it's pretty serious.
But like Wolfberg, I don't know, it seems like maybe there should be something. I guess the thing that's there is exclusive to this adventure. Like, you're not going to fill in any holes of New Order or find something, because you wouldn't want to just buy this standalone and then discover at the end that the bad guy's who? I don't know that guy. And it's like, oh, we got to play New Order to understand that. So I guess it makes sense. Well, you were saying they should go full Blood Dragon with this. This doesn't feel like Blood Dragon. This feels like more of New Order. And so I'm just surprised that it's kind of riding that line between it just being some silly standalone thing that you don't really need to focus on. Like, don't worry about the story. And then New Order, which cared so much about the story. More than any other shooter that I played in 2014, I thought the story was... The characters specifically I was really drawn to. And I'm missing them here. I guess, you know, that might be more of a criticism than the actual trailer itself. Trailer's okay, and obviously we get the big tease at the end with the fist. Do you like that, Kyle? They slipped that right in there. No pre-order now. It's digital.
That's your. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's your phrase, the double tap. They give you a good double tap there. That yeah. Do you mean like that last 2 seconds? That's always good.
Yeah, the fist crashing in.
Yeah. If you remember the last 2 seconds of the other one is him sawing off the shotgun. Like both these trailers have had really good endings.
Because it's been so saturated and because it's happened so much over the last few years, when I saw the Nazi zombies, I was just like, oh, here we go again.
Sure.
And that's so unfair for me to criticize this for doing it. When like this seems a lot more playful. And it directly impacts the story. The Nazis are clearly, you know, messing around with the occult. And it's not just throwing Nazi zombies in for the fun of it. It's actually going to have context and meaning. I'm hoping you're talking about the story and everything. I'm hoping it is like this mission to kind of stall them with experimentation. And, you know, the ending shot with when all is on fire, all hell is broken loose. I'm wondering if the you know, Blazkowicz and them score a huge victory in this, and that's why we don't see zombies later in the main game. It's like, what if this is all about just stopping that and destroying their research or something?
Possibly, yeah. They don't explain how the zombies come into
Yeah.
it. So is it like, are these the corpses of the people we've killed throughout the game who then come back? I actually am glad this came out last night, and I could have played it. I could have stayed up last night and finished this whole thing. And I'm kind of glad I haven't seen it actually going into to scoring this trailer. Gotta admit though, I am missing the context. I'm missing either. Like you mentioned, Kyle, how it starts out serious and then they wash it off, and that can be kind of a joke unto itself. But like, it is a little confusing for me, having played New Order, kind of going into this and realizing, like, okay, should I care about this? What exactly does this place take place historically? Like, where's, you know, BJ's head at when this happens? Like, and really, where is anyone? Like, where is one other person that you interact with in this game other than, you know,
these two people?
Well, these two, yeah, but they're not like
Yeah.
this it's almost like the opening to BioShock Infinite.
Yeah,
you know, like,
totally.
I get a feeling that I get off this boat and I never see these
Yeah.
the boat people ever
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe would have liked a little more context. Maybe it's not there. I mean, if I end up playing the game and it's not there, I can't fault it for that. And it is exciting, but I don't know. I find myself in this position where, like, I kind of want to be nudged in the 8 direction, but I'm just not feeling it. But then again, you know, everything above a 7 is not terrible. I think it's kind of fun. I think the lines that they take aren't necessarily written for the trailer. They take them from the game. And so I wouldn't necessarily credit the trailer that much for, like, having good writing, because I think that writing's in the game. And there's only like 1 or 2 lines that we hear from him.
I think there's an art to plucking the right lines, though, for sure.
Right, but I think there's a much more an art I will reward at then moving those lines into a conversation. Whereas, like, we literally just get this one joke from Blazkowicz, which I'm telling you, man, you play the game, it's like, that's the line. That's the line you use for the trailer, come on. Especially, like you were saying, if you want to really play up the, I don't know, comedic, I guess. I don't know if really that's really the word. Like, Blood Dragon was definitely comedic, but just the brutal nature of this game. Just go in, you know, like, it looked like there was a lot of emplacement gun action happening in this. So yeah, just run in there. You know, don't worry about leveling up weapons or picking skills. Just kill everybody that moves, and you'll get to the end eventually. 7.6 for me. Exciting.
I'm going 8.6 on this. I think it's a very good trailer. I love the music. Obviously, if I love the music, I'd rate trailers pretty high. The music's great, and it's matching their, like, the wipes. Do you know what I mean? It's definitely matching a specific theme of cinema that they're going for here. And so I actually like that they have wipes in their trailer. I think that's pretty cool for setting a tone of where it takes place. There's a lot of jump cuts. Specifically, like, right after you see him stick the pipe in the guy's mouth, there's like some jump cuts of, like, him shooting the guy across the street, and you see similar areas. So I mean, you always gotta watch for that, even if you're going for a slightly campy look. Don't do stuff like that in your editing, I would say.
Yeah, I don't love the wipes, I'll be honest.
Really?
Again, it's the kind of like those titles. Like, I get the reference that you're doing, but that's not that tough. It's not that difficult to do titles, to do a wipe, you know? It's just a really simple thing. So, like, again, compared to, and I mentioned this before when we talked about the last trailer, compared to just the ridiculous amounts of work that they did for the campaign for New Order, where they, like, reshot Abbey Road of them crossing the street, you know, and had a thing where they were tossing out red cards at a soccer match, and the Nazi just goes up and shoots a guy in the head. Like, like, they were shooting live action, they were bringing in, you know, art that they were doing for all the album covers and having the songs and everything, and then it just seemed like this was just fun, you know, and so it's like, for it getting dramatic for a second, to me, it seems a little bizarre. Not to trump on your score, sir. What'll it be, Mike Huber?
I was going to say 8.5. I always favor, we have heated debates about this all the time, I always favor gameplay in a trailer, and this makes me want to play this game so much. I respect that it is just embracing the, you know, the 1940s, 50s film style. It's this weird balance of funny but serious and chaotic. It's hitting so many emotions for me. So, yeah, I think they nailed it.
So you're pumped. I know you're playing this, Mike Huber.
Yeah.
Kyle Bossman, you playing this?
I'm playing
Did you play
this.
New Order?
No.
So if you finish this, and it's real good,
Oh, you gotta play New Order.
you're like, uh-oh. I might
Maybe.
have to,
Maybe, yeah.
might have to play New Order now.
I like the idea of a small commitment. I'm into that. Do you know what I mean? I'm short DLC, I'm on board.
But that's got to be the play. They don't want to turn you off by having it be specifically a story-based thing. So you're like, well, I didn't play New Order, so I don't want to jump into the stories. I won't know what's happening. They're like, no, it's standalone.
Yeah.
It's its own thing. And then it can maybe get people in, love this game, and then, you know, okay, well, I got to give New Order a try.
I'm loving the
And there you go.
colors. There's so many colors. The
Lots of red.
action, yeah, the action looks chaotic. There's like this grenade launcher it shows for one shot. That definitely was not in the main game.
Yeah, definitely teasing some new weapons in
Yeah.
there. Clearly, every environment in this is very different from what we saw in the first game. So yeah, an 8.2 aggregate score. I didn't
That's
want
a
it
good
to go into
score.
the 8s, and you guys pulled me in,
Yes.
kicking and
Pulled it right up.
screaming.
Yes.
Thank you, Kyle Bosman. Thank you, Mike Huber, for making
Thank
your
you.
premiere on Trailer Score.
pleasure.
And stay tuned, guys. If you didn't check out, we're also going to give a score to Disney Infinity 3.0. Big day for trailers for that announcement as well. And, of course, you can check out all other stuff on our YouTube page and GameTrailers.com. Thank you, guys. See you next episode.